Next up, we have Daniel Emerson. He's the CEO of a company called Light in Motion. But before I turn it over to Daniel, I'd like to tell you about how I used their lights on the last feature that I did. I used the Stella 500. Now, the Stella is a battery-operated light, and it's fully submersible. So I had a scene with an actor who's supposed to be in a well, at the bottom of a well, in water, and I don't like to have any AC around when I have actors in the water, just for safety. So I wanted to have DC anyway. So I ended up using one underwater, because I didn't want the water to go completely dark. I was operating a camera in an aquarium so I could get water level shots. I wanted to have a little bit of exposure in the water, and then I used also the light, another Stella 500 on top for a really nice, sharp, crisp light. I used it all throughout the movie. I got it for that underwater scene, but really, really versatile light, and there's all kinds of things you can do with them, and Daniel's going to tell you more about it.
Thank you. So Light in Motion, we've been around for 30 years. We've been building lights for incredibly demanding environments. Our customers are underwater videographers, and they travel around the world, as do many of you. They abuse their gear, they travel on boats, and the last call I ever want to get is from somebody who's in the Cocos and his lights don't work. And trust me, I've gotten those calls and I've had to FedEx lights overnight. So we build all of our products in Marina, California. We have a fully vertical factory there. We do all of our engineering, all the design, all the assembly, and all the testing of our products. We got involved topside just a few years ago because our underwater image makers, people like Howard Hall, also shoot topside. And they said, wow, we love the build quality of your light, and we like how small and powerful they are. Can you do this for us topside? So that's why I'm here. And I want to share with you really what Light in Motion is about. We're not trying to replace anyone else's lights. We're trying to give you a tool that will let you do things creatively that no other tool will let you do. And people who use our lights tend to rely on them after they first experience them because they're just so portable, flexible, and then they allow you to do so many things quickly. So you can see on screen the four models. The Stella 8000, the biggest one, it's only 2.7 pounds. You can hand hold it. It'll run for an hour at 8,000 lumens, untethered, no power. So that's what we're about. This is Joe Jennings is he's a skydiver. He actually helmet mounts the light, jumps out of a plane with film, and he's done 13,000 jumps. He has filmed commercials for pizza. He's got people playing chess. You may have seen some of his work. And these are the kinds of people that love our lights. And what Joe says is, again, this light has enabled me to do things that no other light can do. And it's freed me creatively to create more exciting images. He's in Japan right now shooting a jump in the rain using our lights. Our very first Emmy actually happened from Blood Road, which was a documentary about a mountain bike racer whose father was shot down in Vietnam. And the documentary, she rides the Ho Chi Minh Trail, and she finds the village where her father was shot down and meets them. And it was shot by Red Bull Media House. It's a beautiful film, and they exclusively used our lights. This is Nick Shrunk, creative director. The power, flexibility of the Light in Motion lights gave us an amazing filmmaking tool. The high lumen output and factory sealed battery allows us to shoot everything from studio interviews to full downpours and underwater with a single light. It was beautiful as it was resilient. They put this light on a drone. This cave scene actually on this cover shot, they flew the light on one of the drones, 2.7 pounds. They had another light mounted underneath the inflatable so they could light up the water underneath the raft. I mean, I think that scene just shows you what you can do with our lights, and people are having a lot of fun with them. Gavin Garrison, he's a reality TV producer. He's the cinematographer behind Whale Wars, and he did season 6 through 10. and he exclusively uses our lights. Why? Shooting on a boat, tight, cramped spaces. He can hang our lights from the ceiling. He can fit it in a small room, light up the room. The lights are waterproof. He's in the Arctic shooting this, so he can shoot out on the deck in inclement weather. Here's one of our smaller lights just mounted on the camera. Robert Mark Lehman, he's a German photographer, and he does reality TV in Europe. He's part of a show that has a SEAL team, actually retired US SEAL members, who go and hunt people who are illegally hunting game. And he documents this, and it's a whole reality TV series. So they catch poachers, essentially, and they film it. So he's underwater, he's on boats, he's on land, and he, again, exclusively uses our lights. He was also National Geographic Photographer of the Year in 2015, and one of our early adopters. Broadcast News, Jake Barlow, photojournalist at CBS. He's a guy we gave a light to, and he started using it, and then he started using it more. And now it's the only light he brings with him, because the entire kit fits in a Pelican 1510 case. You can jump on a plane, travel anywhere in the world, catch any interview. And here you can see in this image, this is on location outdoors. He's got a key light, backlight. One of the lights is plugged into power. The others are battery operated. And what Jake says, in a run and gun realm of news gathering, there are no second chances. I have to have tough equipment that can take below zero temperatures, are reliable at any hour of the day. Stella's compact size and powerful punch is remarkable, but the time-saving aspect is astounding. And that's what people tell us. People see our lights as a battery-powered, they see the battery thing as kind of a nice-to-have. When they start using them, it becomes the thing that makes the lights so useful to them. And that was the experience with Jake. And then just here's some scenes from different shoots. This is a cave in San Diego. Daniel Wood shot video and stills using our lights. He had to actually go through the water. Obviously, this is in water. He's in water. This is a fashion shoot in Arizona on the other side. The entire light kit and camera fit in that suitcase in the foreground. They hiked up to get the shot. Here's something filmed. This is Barry Anderson filming without a permit. Jumps out of a car, sets up the scene, puts the lights on a stand, catches the image, and off they go. I'm not recommending you do this, but this is what some people do to get the scene quickly. That's the kind of deployment you can have with these lights. People look at the light, much like the Dado lights, the really nice presentation Dado gave earlier. They look at the size and they say, it's not possible this light's powerful enough to do what I need it to do. Well, folks, technology has moved dramatically. Those big panel lights with arrays of individual LEDs, that is now available on a single wafer of silicone. It's called a chip on board. I can get the same power of these big arrays in a single chip. And that's what's happening with the technology. It's moving quickly. And we just upgraded our batteries to the new Tesla batteries, 2170 battery, 30% more power in a similar package. What you can do in a small package is moving very quickly. And this idea that our lights have to be big and heavy is what I'm here to tell you, they don't have to be. You can get a lot of power in a very compact unit. It can do everything, most everything you need it to do. So here's Stella on a boat. Here's another unpermitted, this is New York City crosswalk. Light changes. They're walking across the crosswalk, catching the cabbies in the background. There's fast deployment. And you can see Bruce Storn, with the white hair. He's hand-holding the light, and it's got a spot on the talent. On the left is an interview with a naturalist they're working on a documentary film. They're shooting outdoors. You can kind of see the light and motion light in the ProPhoto softbox to soften it. Again, handheld. news crews here. As Jim was saying, you don't want to take any other light and stand in water unless you have a death wish. Not a problem with our lights. You can drop them in the water. They're designed to take it. So we're interviewing someone standing in the flood zone, Missouri, CBS Morning News. You can see the light is lighting up the sign in the background. That's how much punch it's got. This is at dusk. And then on the left-hand side in Washington, D.C., there was all the other news crews are tethered to their trucks back in the parking lot, and the crowd was walking. There were a bunch of barriers set up, and this team, hand-holding lights, was walking with the crowd, street interviewing. Again, it opens up creative possibilities. And in a single light, you can get dramatic effect. DCS last year, one of the speakers was talking about, we kind of lost the art of creating real drama using light. This is a hard light, and you can create powerful images with it. Hard light, soft light, and then super easy to modify. And rain's not a problem. We are the light exclusively used by the Weather Channel now. All their crews use our lights because they can take any kind of weather. So a director gives you 5 minutes to get a pickup shot. Who are you going to call? Light of motion. Let's go, guys.
Sean, can you bring down the house lights a little bit?
So we're not taping any cords down.
I'm timing this, Daniel.
We've got lightweight stands. I'm in the way. The lights have remote control. I can control up to 4 groups, 20 frequencies.
Sabina, you want to come and sit in?
So the stands are the hardest part of this, not the light. 2.7 pounds. Our lights weigh about the same as one of the new Sony Alpha 7s with a nice lens on it, about 2.5 pounds. You got an hour of runtime at 8,000 lumens. What can't you do with that?
Probably want to move me over a little bit.
So really we're setting up here. We've got a backlight. We've got a key light. This is the daylight balanced version, 5600 Kelvin. We can swap the head to get tungsten, if you want tungsten. We don't do bicolor. If we did bicolor, the light would be twice as big, because at any point in time, half the light would be turned off. So again, if you want to do fast, powerful, portable, single color light.
And they're dimmable, right?
Fully dimmable.
Let's see down on the backlight. It's a little intense from this angle. That helps. Yep. Yeah, let's dim them both down a bit. And that was less than 5 minutes, by the way.
That's an 8,000 lumen light, and Ryan said it was at 2,500 lumens right now. At 2,500 lumens, that light will run. What's the remaining runtime on there, Ryan?
Hour and 41 minutes.
So
141 minutes.
I can stand there for longer than you want to sit in your chair without being plugged into the wall. And a full 3-light kit, here it is on the screen. It's about $5,000. Comes with modifiers, spot, barn doors, a soft diffuser. Fits in a Pelican case. And if you have questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Sabina. Once more. Appreciate it very much. Didn't mean to rush you.
Was that fast enough for you?
Yeah, that was great. Thank you so much.
Jim was worried it was going to take a long time. You should set up ahead of time.
You made your point.